hey, Bristol, now what you gonna do? The whole world knows your colors come shining through and through. Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna say? You're gonna have your hands full come Independence Day.
Hello, you've reached the administrator's table. My name is Steve Contenti, Bristol Town Administrator. Today is Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. We have a great show for you today. A lot of great information from two of our directors with the Town of Bristol. Director Diane Williamson from Community Development and Director Warren Renshausen, Parks and Recreation. Welcome to the administrator's table.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Diane, you've been with the town for, what, how many years now?
27 years.
27. 1995.
95,
Yeah,
yes.
that's when I started on the police department, so we started together.
Yeah.
And actually, Warren, we started around the same time. You were the
Yep.
former assistant director.
I was.
At
Back
Recreation.
in 94 I started, yep.
I remember you being there. Yep.
Yeah.
And you've stayed involved all these years. I've had a hand in recreation in Bristol right along, so that's...
Yep, off and on with different things, Little Leagues, the task force, the open space committee, things like that, yeah.
All right, great. Well, let's start with Diane. We have, as I said, we have a lot to talk about. A lot of great things are happening in town, and this is a good opportunity for us to get some of this good information out, and hopefully we answer some questions. So where should we start? Should we start with the big one? Tanyard Brook?
Yes, that's my favorite project. It's almost a legacy project. Yeah. It's been ongoing for so many years with the town, and we finally got the funding to complete phase 3, which is the last final phase. We'll be starting, we've gone out to bid, hired a contractor, and that will be starting middle of August. They're expecting to mobilize August 15th, and that will be from Richmond Street North to the reservoir.
Wow, that's
So,
great.
that's it.
So this was a 3-phase project.
Correct.
It's been going on for about, what, 10, almost 15 years, I
Yes,
think?
yes,
But
yes.
we finally, very expensive project. It's working well. It's providing some relief to those neighborhoods
Yes.
south of Mount Hope Avenue. So we're looking forward to getting that done. Interesting thing about that is the American Relief Plan helped us.
It did,
It
yes.
propelled us forward in getting the last phase done.
Yes, and we've been very fortunate to have a lot of grant funds contribute to the earlier phases as well. So it's great that we've been able to get this additional funding to complete the project.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been asked why Mount Hope Avenue hasn't been paved, and there's sections of new striping. The reason being is that we have a lot more work to do on Mount Hope Avenue. We have Tanyard, and now we also have another major project, which is the Fox Hill Avenue drainage project.
Correct, and part of Tanyard will include some work on Reservoir and Orchard as well. So,
Right.
we'll
So
be-
that was a separate project, and that was that award was bidded. The bid was awarded to New England Building and Bridge. So they're going to
Correct.
start also shortly.
Right, we are expecting they'll be mobilizing right after the 4th
Yeah, very good.
of July.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Another big project that's been on the list was the Leela Jean neighborhood.
Yes, yes, Silver Creek, East Branch Stream Restoration. That has also been awarded, and Flynn Enterprises has that bid. We'll be doing that. That will start at the high school, also on July 5th, and then they'll head north into that neighborhood.
That's great.
And that will help that stream.
Yeah, we've seen since, I'd say the last 10 years or so, the significant rain events and the catastrophes that it causes for homes and flooding, and so it's really good for that we're getting these projects completed.
Yes, and
Yeah,
that was also ARP funded.
That's right.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
And another project is the golf course.
Yes, all part of the Silver Creek watershed. We're very excited about that project because we've been able to do, as you know, water quality enhancements to that watershed, and also keep the golf course as an active recreational amenity for the town. And we're doing we're finishing up the irrigation, and then we'll be reseeding the greens and the tees, and then hopefully open later this summer.
Yeah. Warren must be interested in that project.
Yeah, I started playing golf on that course
Yeah.
many years ago. It was a good starter course, and I'm anxious to get back on it.
We're looking forward to playing golf early fall this year.
Yes.
A lot of other great things are happening. You know, we have something in common. We all do. The environment. And how about let's talk about all the open space that we've preserved in the last few years.
Oh yes, it's been a great priority of the towns to preserve open space, especially in our sensitive watershed areas, Tanyard, Silver Creek, and actually I'm really excited about the amount of farmland that the town has preserved with the Farmland Preservation Program, and we partnered with NRCS, which is a granting agency from the federal government that helps support farmland. We've got Old Orchard Farm, Polo Fields, Wamsutta, a couple of the farms we did recently.
I got to interrupt you for 1 second. So Wamsutta, Polo Fields, that is the south end of town, Medicum Avenue.
Yes.
Just north of Roger Williams University, those
Yes.
fields there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Where people see the deer.
yes, on Griswold Avenue. Yes, yes. Yeah.
Old Orchard Farm you mentioned.
Yep.
Uh,
We've got Fales Farm, Pagano Farm, Stony Hedge Farm.
yeah, great.
So, yeah,
And
it's
we're gonna keep going. I know we're working on a couple more parcels in town.
Yes, we are.
Very good.
Yes.
Tree plantings going well.
Very well. Yes,
yeah,
we
we-
just. I'm sorry.
No, please.
We just planted in a partnership with National Grid and Roger Williams University. There were, I think, 13 or 14 linden trees planted along the frontage of Roger Williams on Ferry Road. And we're very excited about those because there's no electric lines or telephone lines overhead to impede their growth. So they're going to be beautiful, noble trees along that roadway.
Yeah.
When they-
I talked to the tree warden, Steve Saracino, and I think we talked also. I will take a leap here, and I'm going to say I'd really like to see blossoming cherry trees on that island across from Roger Williams. They don't get too big, so they won't interfere with the power lines, but can you imagine in the springtime coming into Bristol and seeing those trees in full bloom?
Beautiful.
So I think that's one of our next projects for that area.
I think that would be great for the Gateway. And
Yeah.
and it's also, that's the scenic roadway, National Scenic Roadway, so that will help
Yeah.
improve that too.
Diane, we could probably talk for hours. This should really be a sequel to this episode. I'm just talking about the great things that we're getting done. The waterfront, we had the marina opened last week, and I have to say that there is no cost to the taxpayer. If anything, it's going to offset property taxes. It's paid for by the users of the marina, and the magnificent thing about it is the public can use it. And I know there have been families out there fishing, which is terrific.
Yes.
So I'm really proud about our marina. Something else I'm proud about is your project at Independence Park. You want to talk about that?
I'd love to. So this is a project, we just got grant funding for this as well from the Rhode Island Infrastructure Bank. It's part of their resiliency grant. We're going to beautify the parking lot at the end of the bike path, green it with some rain gardens. We're going to improve the where the bike path connects to the parking lot, take away some of the pavement that isn't necessary there, and green that up with some landscaping, make it a better linkage. There's a little overflow parking area. We're going to put some pavers on to stabilize that. So it's going to be a really, really awesome project there.
And what's good about that is we're going to continue to preserve our parking spaces for the trailers, for boats.
Yes, yes. And we're going to look at that entranceway and being mindful of the boat trailers that use that to get access to that boat ramp.
Right. So the area that we're talking about that's actually the original apron from the railroad yard. It's the
Yes.
concrete that's been there for many, many, many years. It's in very tough shape right now.
It
So
is.
that'll be removed,
Right.
and it'll be replaced
Right.
with
And there's-
something a little more environmentally friendly.
Yes, sorry, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And that's the point, is the environmental benefits, because there's a lot of erosion there too.
Yeah.
And the beach is constantly eroded there,
Yep.
so.
So we started at Independence Park the last few years. We've made it all the way through the new boardwalk. We made some improvements at the fire station, at the Everetties, the marina, and let's talk a little bit about the opening of Wally Beach.
Yes, another great project. So Wally Beach was in very, very poor shape. The seawall had blown out in two places. It was very dangerous. So we did a project which we're just finishing up. They're targeting to have the construction fencing down this Friday. We were able to make that park much more resilient. We added a concrete cap on the top of the seawall. And what I thought was really cool was we took the breaks in the wall that had happened from the storm events, and we kept those breaks, and we made stairs down into the water. So you can actually walk down the stairs and touch the water, which you couldn't do before along the length of the wall. The south stairway is still there. We're also going to be adding handrails. which will make it much safer for people who want to use that beach to swim. And the handrails aren't yet installed, but they're coming. So
Yeah, great.
that will be good, and it's going to be so nice. People can walk along the wall, they can sit on the wall, walk down, get their feet wet, and it'll be a very, very, very nice area for
Exciting.
people.
A lot of people use that beach. You know, the more we talk about it, the more we find out how important it is to residents. I was talking to our DPW director, and he told me a nice story. He says, I remember my mother taking me down here, and we were little kids, and we were snorkeling, and we could have been in the Caribbean looking for things, and it's a nice little beach for snorkeling. So he gave me a good idea. But,
Yeah, it's a beautiful little area too. Yeah.
end of road retrofits.
Yes. So that's also with some ARPA funding. These are some dead-end streets. We're looking at Anawamsett, Sherman, and Narrows, where historically the pavement went right to the water's edge, which is not good for the environment, as we've talked about before. So we're looking at some infrastructure to remove some pavement, add some green infrastructure, which is plantings and landscaping, but in conjunction with better public access to the shore. Those areas, again, have had significant erosion because of the drainage, and in all of those places we're going to try to improve the access to the shore in addition to the water quality improvements that we're doing.
Perfect.
So those are
And
good projects
And I know
too.
we have like Fales Road on the list also.
Yes,
Fales
yes,
and
Fales with the dock ramp, the little
ramp.
boat ramp. Sorry, Fales and Gibson, I think, are the other two.
Yeah,
And
great.
those both have boat ramps that we're also trying to work into the projects.
It's great to see
So-
these areas fixed up.
It is,
Yeah,
yeah.
and we're
It's been good with the ARPA funding because we had a list of projects that we work on every year, and having this funding has really helped us move those projects off the list. So
Yeah, great.
been good.
You brought a visual with you today. That's of the town common.
Yeah, that's the master plan for the town common, and I brought that because I also wanted to let folks know we also got a grant to do the parking lot on the north side of the common on State Street. We're going to green that up, add some environmental landscaping on the north side, and realign the parking. And the plan, as proposed, we won't lose any parking there. We're
Yeah.
just going to redesign it and put some landscaping again. All of that drainage goes right to the bay. Right now it's untreated, and you wouldn't necessarily think of the town common as a place where we need to do some drainage work, but we do.
Yeah.
And then we've got a plan for some drainage work on the south side, where there's some erosion in the playground area and along the sidewalk by the pickleball courts.
Well, I know you'll work well with Warren on getting a lot of that done.
Yes, we've already teamed up on some of this, so
Yes, we have.
it's good. It's going to be good. Yeah.
Diane, you said you've been here 27 years. You're only about halfway done. So
Oh, thank you.
hopefully
Thank you.
we'll all be here to continue to get a lot of these projects completed and take on the ones that we have lined up.
Thank you, yeah.
'Cause they're really great, and it's nice to see these improvements around town.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Warren,
Yes.
looking at the common there, I'm looking at the tennis courts.
Yep.
And can you tell us how that RFP is going for
Sure.
the courts?
So the part of the project has already been done. We're going to take in the existing 3 tennis courts, and the one closest to the gazebo is going to remain a tennis court with a fenced-off area to separate it, so that they don't have to worry about the balls flying into each other's courts. And the other 2 courts has been expanded around the apron so that we can accommodate 3 pickleball courts on each side of what was the original tennis court. So there'll be 6 new pickleball courts there with a short 5-foot fence going down the middle, sort of making a T with the fencing there.
Good.
So that it'll be 6 permanent tennis pickleball courts there and 1 usable tennis court once the project is finished. So like I said, the apron has already been completed. So the next step now is getting the bid to get the striping and the poles put in and the fencing put up.
Right.
The electric boxes have already been moved, so it's ready for that phase now.
Great. It's a busy place.
It is.
Pickleball really
as you
took
know,
off.
I live right across the street, and every Saturday and Sunday there's probably a good 65, 70 people out there
It's-
playing. So
it's
it's
fun.
an active sport. Yes.
Yeah. We played. Actually, Diane, you played. It was me, the assistant director of recreation, Tim Shaw,
Yep.
and our treasurer, Julie Gouch. The 4 of us played.
Nice.
Quick, one afternoon, and it's a lot of fun.
It is.
It's to me, it's like a sport between ping pong and tennis.
Yes.
It goes real quick and
Yep.
some good volleys, get your
Yeah.
heart rate up a little bit, and
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a lot of fun.
It is, and it started out in California and worked its way over here, and it's really, really large in this area right now.
Good. Well, it's great to make those improvements. We still have
Yeah.
the tennis court at the town beach.
Yep, so we still have tennis courts there, and obviously the high school has their courts as well, so we're not losing tennis in town.
No.
We're not giving up on tennis, but we're just making arrangements for a very large and growing sport right now. So
That's good.
yeah.
Very good. Speaking of the town beach, the playground there.
Yep. So, and mind you, I'm on day 5 right now, but I've already had contact with a couple of vendors in relation to removing the old playground that was there, named after C.C. Shrillo, memorialized after him, and I was actually on board when that went in, so that was a while ago.
Yeah,
So its day has come to replace that playground. So we're looking at something that's going to be a little bit friendlier to the salt water down to beach, though.
Yeah.
Over the years, it's really rusted up some of the parts. So there's some new technology now that they use similar to the benches, as far as that plastic-coated material that I've been in contact with 2 companies already to get a bid together for them to be able to do. I'm hoping it won't happen before the summer program is finished, because obviously it would be too dangerous to be doing it in there,
Yeah.
but it will be hopefully done by the end of the summer, beginning of the fall.
Great.
So.
Yeah. So your summer program will start up on when?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So we have a little over 400 children registered for tomorrow's start date, and it goes through August 5th. So staff is up there today, getting their last-minute orientation, and then we're ready to hit the ground running tomorrow. So, and Tim's done a great job in getting that ready. So,
Yeah.
very fortunate to have him over there.
That's a great camp.
Yeah.
I also like how you're bringing, Recreation is bringing back youth basketball on the Common.
Yep. So Thursday night, we're starting a program on the town common, and it's the Matroni families. After Sandy Matroni passed, he was very active in sports, so it's sort of a memorial to him as far as the league on the common goes. But yeah, we're ready to start that on Thursday, and then I've already had conversations with the high school female and male coaches to see if maybe we can expand something into late summer for the older kids as well, high school age and elementary age, to get them ready to get to the high school, so the KMS kids and things like that. So yeah.
So this program is, I think it's age 6
Yep,
and up?
this one's elementary, and like I said, we're working right now with Coach Grifka and Coach Klein to see if we can get something for the girls and guys too.
That's
Older
terrific.
kids, yeah.
It's terrific. Recreation is all ages. Another project you're working on at Recreation is the air conditioning and new heating.
Yeah, so there's the HVAC system at the Quinta Gamlin.
Quinta Gamlin is the
community center, sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
I know what it is. But
Yeah,
I
true,
try to
true.
be helpful.
Yep. No, I appreciate it. So the HVAC system there is in kind of rough shape. There's a lot of loud noises. It's getting to that point with a lot of rattling and things. So we're looking at replacing the system there, putting a couple of condenser units on the outside, a new ERU. So those specs are together. Actually, they're being reviewed right now by the building officials and the plumbing inspectors before I go out and advertise it. But I provided them with everything to take a peek at, just to make sure I'm not missing anything before it goes out, because that's a project we don't have to revisit again.
Yeah.
So.
I was at Vets Park last night. There was a AAA, Little League AAA playoff game, and the Blazer Insurance was, they pulled the game off and they beat the Warren Nationals. The
Very nice.
Kids had fun from both towns. And I got to say, the field was in excellent shape. Really looked nice.
Yeah, no, they really take pride in the volunteers down there too. From the league, they really take pride in making sure that field is in top-notch shape. After I know Seraphin DePont's crew does the preseason and the grass cutting and stuff, but once it's set at the beginning of the year, those guys really put the effort in.
The volunteers, Glenn Donovan, the president, and his team, I give them a lot of credit. They're there every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
They do such a great job. Yeah. So what else is happening? We could keep talking.
Yeah, we could.
Fourth of July is coming up, and
Yeah.
concert started Sunday night.
Yep.
And tonight I brought the list with me, the calendar of events, Bristol 4th of July. John Tyler tonight, and the foot race is tomorrow, Wednesday, on the Common.
Yep.
5:15 registration.
And the carnival is
The
setting up.
carnival.
Carnival's
yeah.
going to be opening up on Friday. Yep.
Yeah, I drove by a couple of nights ago. My kids were counting the trailers, so they're excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
coming in, that's for sure.
It's taken me 50 years, but I finally learned don't go on the rides. I don't do, you know, I always did, and I never learned my lesson, but finally, that's it. I gave up. You know where I'm going, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Diane, we had fun, was it 2 weekends ago, when we
Yeah.
went to the parade in
The
Warwick,
Gatsby
the
Day
Gatsby Day.
parade.
Wasn't that nice?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah. The semi-quincentennial, that's the nation's 250th anniversary, is coming up, right, in 2027. 1776, no, 2026. 1776, 250 years.
Yep.
So we're trying to build a connection between Bristol and Warwick, the Gatsby Day Parade, and the Bristol 4th of July Parade. So we were on a float, and that was a nice parade.
It was
right.
a really nice parade.
Yeah, it was Nathan Calero, the chairman of the council, director of community development, Diane Williamson, myself, and Chris Vitale, economic development coordinator. We were on a float. It was really fun.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was interesting, and there's a great connection back to Bristol with the Revolutionary Heritage Byway too, the National Scenic Byway, and we're hoping that we can maybe build some interest in our partnership with the Gatsby Days
Yeah.
folks to bring in some grant money maybe for the celebration.
Well, I said it was fun, but there's also some seriousness to it. We really need to show that we're working together, and as you said, one area that we've talked at length about it, we really need to start improving Hope Street by Herzog's,
Yes.
the
The
museum
sidewalks.
and the sidewalks, the seawall there, and hopefully this will all come together.
Right, right. And just speaking of the carnival setting up on the Common, we have a bird's eye view of that now in our new offices at Reynolds, former Reynolds School.
Yeah.
So just to let people know, we've relocated and we love our new space. It's
Yeah,
beautiful. It's
good.
beautiful
Right
there.
on High Street on the parade route.
Yep.
Yeah, so 9 Court Street, which is the old police station across from Town Hall, that's you're working on the advertisement to put the building up for sale, and
Yes.
also Oliver School.
Right,
And the
right.
purpose of this is to operate much more efficiently. It is expensive to run these buildings, and so
Right.
consolidating our departments into one building is really makes sense. So
Right.
yeah, but the
So-
move went well.
It did. It did. It went very
And
well.
you have the school apartments upstairs.
They're upstairs.
Yeah.
They're good neighbors to
Great.
us, and I hope we're good neighbors to them. And so so we love it. We're still settling and we're still unpacking, but we're getting there.
Yeah, terrific.
So, yeah. Yep.
Well, it was really nice having you both on, and we'll do a follow-up next month, July. I think Chris Perella from Department of Public Works will be on. He's
Good.
got a lot of great projects to talk about also. And I wish you both success
very
this
much.
summer, and hopefully you get to spend some time with your families and enjoy the parade.
Thank you.
I'll wave at you. I don't know where, Warren, you'll be down at the town beach. Sorry.
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's going to be Tim or I, but usually I march with the Knights of Columbus, but
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know
Yeah.
what this year. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've stayed busy, Warren. You know, you left Bristol, and you went and you led some other recreation departments in New England,
Yep.
too.
Yes.
And then you came back. But throughout your whole time that you were away, I've seen you. You never lost interest in youth sports in Bristol. I even see you refereeing basketball games, and I know you're the high school volleyball coach.
Yep, I
Yeah.
just retired from that position, but yeah, I had been doing it since I left here. Yeah, so it's what holds a community like this is together, the pride, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I served on the Hall of Fame committee for a while too, so
Yeah.
it's a great community to work in. So I'm glad to be back.
Well, it's great to have you back, and so we'll see you at the parade, and I hope everyone enjoys the festivities. And we'll see you next time on the administrator's table. Thank you.
Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna do? The whole world knows your colors come shining through and through. Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna say? You're gonna have your hands full on Independence Day. Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna do? The whole world knows your colors come shining through and through. Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna say? You're gonna have your hands full on Independence Day. Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna do? The whole world knows your colors come shining through and through. Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna say? You're gonna have your hands full on Independence Day.